like cleaned it up or something.
I haven't. I should.
You know, you got a nice stash too. Like
That's what I
you
was
got
gonna say.
yeah.
It's starting. Anyway, hey guys, welcome to our AMA Mirandus Saturday afternoon stream. We're just throwing it straight into the stream today. We didn't even do any of that loading window garbage, and we're ready to show you guys some pretty cool stuff. So let's just, I'm going to go ahead and drop some links in the Gala Gold chat and let everyone know that this stream is happening in the announcements channel. And then we're off to the races. I see we've got a lot of people posting pictures of people looking at their watches at exactly 12. So, where is AMA?
Yeah, the beard came in nice, Jason, but really it's the stash that I think
You
makes it.
know,
Shape that up, it's gonna look stately.
well, I'm gonna see what happens with it. I'm trying to go for a legitimate actual mustache, which I did not know was going to be possible when this started.
I think it looks great, dude. I mean, James Olden still has the
Oh, don't
challenge.
even start me on his. That I can't compete with that. It's like someone glued a freaking bear to his face. Like just like a whole bear and then they cut a little tiny line where his mouth just sticks out. I
Like a
don't know.
bear angel, like an angel bear.
I don't know how that. How does he get this part filled in? Like how does that work? It's just it's so beardy. Okay, dropping this. I don't know. Does anyone want links? Does anyone want links? Do they want to
Michael, do we
try
need
this?
a new executable for this, or is the one that we were playing around with yesterday going to work?
Um, uh, I want to say that you should be able to run the old executable, old quote unquote.
You mean the one that you just sent me the link to, right?
That one's fine. Throw that one to Eric.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw it to the gold chat, and we're
Or
all gonna try opening it at the same time here.
well, don't.
Don't what?
Well, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer.
Disclaimers, guys.
So a few things. Um, we can't let an infinite number of people into the build. We want to be able to test it and have people walk around, but I think it might be capped around 100 people, and we'll see how that does. It's not looking like at this time. It's not looking like it's server side bottleneck. It's mostly going to be client side bottlenecking, which is really really great. Um, because that means on the server, I mean, on the client side, there's lots of room to optimize. I mean, we're not doing LODs, we're not
Okay,
doing.
we're having a little bit of a Gala Gold revolt here over the only 100.
Yeah, I mean, the next build we come out with, guys, will have at least double that. We're trying to work our way to having 500 people be in the same zone.
Okay.
But
Now as I drop this, guys, this file needs to stay within the Gala Gold community. You can stream it. You can show people what it looks like. You can take screen caps of it. That's perfectly fine. But
Don't ruin it for everybody.
don't ruin it for everybody. And if the file itself leaks outside of Gala Gold, there will be severe repercussions. I'll be very sad.
well,
Oh
there's a
my god. Hold on one second. My file is too powerful. Give me just one second here.
well, let me talk a little bit while that's
You
getting out
you talk a little bit.
to the people. So again, guys, I think it's really fun for us as developers to just have everybody here and along for the ride. And there's a lot of things you have to do when you're making a game that are not necessarily glamorous. So this build today, this is as ugly as it gets. But internally and as developers, we celebrate we celebrate a lot of technical wins to get something like this working. So yeah, we do have our multiplayer server up and running on Amazon EC2, which is fantastic. That multiplayer server is connected not just through these executables, but also for us in editor. So while we're prototyping and testing inside of Unity, when we hit play, it also connects to the server and we can kind of see things in multiplayer, which is really critical. We have a concept of an avatar. And an avatar seems like it's a simple thing to do, but it is a very big technical challenge when you're building a multiplayer game. You know, what is an avatar? And it's not a mesh or an animations. It is those things, but mostly to the game and the game logic, you need unique identifiers. So anytime someone logs in through the editor or through the executable, they are a unique entity in the world, and the server needs to know that so that it can communicate what that unique entity is doing to the clients. Then you need to establish what events are being sent. So in this case, we are sending translation. We know where you move in the world. I think we can see each other jump, and we can see which way we're facing. And then you extend those events. Like if I were to be casting a spell in the future, you know, an event needs to be sent out to all of the clients and people playing so that they can see my avatar playing an animation. So we've built that core of it. There's also, you need that unique identifier for an avatar for unique stats to be held on the database. So you'll see hit points in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see vitality, and you'll see energy. None of those are being used in this demo, but those numbers that it's getting are based on the numbers that your avatar has in the database based on its unique identifier. And we, through scripts and code, can change those numbers. So like the next build that comes out, you'll likely be able to hurt yourself. And then if you were to log out and log back in, the amount of hit points you had would be retained. So, you know, there's a lot you need to stand up to get all that working and humming along. So we're pretty proud that that's there. This will look very rocky, guys, but there's a lot of good tech stood up there, and it's kind of the foundation on which we stand when we're building game.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and start this, and let's see if I can get in.
See if I can get in. Let's see if I can get in my game. I'll share my screen. Should I share my screen, Jace?
Oh, I am in. Yeah. Go ahead, share your screen, and then I'm gonna have to do a thing over here on the OBS side.
So I'm gonna play, guys. I'm running out of Unity, which is nice because then if like something goes wrong, we can kind of look at the console and see if there's anything bad happening. Yeah, I'm in. I am 21.
Now, I was wondering about this. How are these numbers assigned?
We're just giving you some sort of unique identifier as you enter.
But it's not actually like sequential or anything, right? It's just...
I don't know how we're doing the stamp on those. It's like, I think when we first push a new build to the server, if people come in, it will look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if we push it and we jump in and then we exit, I think that was a unique identifier that is not going to be used for a future person coming in. So it might be that we tried to log in, many times this morning to make sure that it worked.
What was the button to turn on the light?
If you hit F, ooh, that was cool.
Aha, there we go.
If you hit F, you'll get a light, but your light sucks and my light is cool because my light casts shadows and your light does not. And here's the reason. The reason is if you look at the player lantern entity, the checkbox for shadows was not on when we pushed the build to you guys. So you guys don't get shadows on your lantern, but I do. And the next build, everyone will have shadows, which is cool. Yeah, day and night also isn't synced. So another thing, you have to stand up when you're making an MMO, you're making a multiplayer game, is this concept of a world clock that everything syncs to. So right now, when you guys jump in the game, that will be your noon whenever it is you join. You'll see the day-night cycle, but you guys won't all be seeing the same day-night cycle. So that's another thing that'll be in the next one.
This is pretty awesome. I'm gonna go back to the gold community here.
Yeah, we got a lot of players in.
Yeah, I can see that.
I only see 2.
Oh yeah, we're up to like player number 701.
Well, those are not all of them that are in there. Those are
I know. I know they're not in order, but still,
it's a lot of people.
Yeah, maybe I should jump out and try to load the executable.
You should probably load the executable because it's absolutely packed in here.
Yeah, there's at least what?
I have no idea
8
who
or 9 rows of 10 in the upper right hand corner.
It's going to be really.
We actually might be at capacity right now.
It's going to be
I'm
really
get kicked out of my own game.
Right?
Let's see. We put a little screen in there, and it's supposed to tell you if it's full.
It's wow, dude. They just keep piling in.
That's cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah, looks like my client. I'm moving around. It's a little blurry, but it's not that bad.
Trying to run the executable. It's doing something.
Oh, thank you for taking part of the stress test. Server is full or no longer activated. People are hitting that.
All right, I'm gonna log out so someone can come in.
Yeah, I'm gonna log out too, so someone else can get in.
Well, I want to check the performance a little bit, so I'm gonna stay in for a second.
Yeah, you stay in. You do your thing. Hey, Lusa, press F.
Yeah, when it turns to nighttime, I mean, one of the things that we feel strongly about here is that this is, if you go camping and you're in the middle of nowhere, this is what nighttime looks like. It is dark.
Yeah.
And we want that. We want to simulate the natural environment.
Yeah, Fluff, press F. Press F to turn on your torch. Yeah, the flashlight is not perfect, Q10, but it is a flashlight.
No, flashlight sucks. We're just enabling a point light on you so that you've got something there.
And I don't think you could see other people's flashlights. Is that right?
That's correct. That was really close. Again, those are events. So there's lots of things we can just do on the client, guys, but if we are going to have, like, let's say you turn your light on, then what we have to do is send an event to the server to say, okay, player number X has turned their light on, so that we on the other client side can enable that. So you'll see a lot of that stuff coming, and we're working on getting events to be more data driven. Like right now it's a little bit of a manual process to extend the events, but we're really going to need to put a ton of events in. Yeah, it's running pretty choppy on mine. Again, what's nice is we can look at the server statistics and there's no problems there. We just haven't optimized any of the meshes or the scene at all, so. The game will run pretty choppy. It's not even doing culling well. Like if I turn my back, I wouldn't expect things around me to. You'll also see, like, if you move around, it's like we're not doing anything with the avatar right now. So, again, guys, this is just technically trying to stand up the foundation of the game. The camera is located on the avatar. What that means is that you can see the avatar, and as you're moving, you can kind of see that mesh get in front of the camera and stuff. what you typically do in games is replace that. This just won't draw. In the future, what you'll see is you'll see a different set of hands and arms that will be custom made to look right when you're looking through the camera, and you won't see the actual mesh that other people see when they're staring at you. So you kind of like hide what you're seeing here, and then just put arms in. I do like the way the light comes across in the morning when that sun rises.
Do you want to share your screen again, McCarthy? You want to try that? Oh, that's right. It was super choppy when we did it that way.
Yeah, I mean, if I share my executable, it's super choppy. But if I shared the Unity screen, I think that was pretty quick because not as much of it's updating. But what's weird is, I don't know why I'm not seeing in Unity
everybody else hitting the server.
We're seeing here. Oh, you know, and look at it, dude. It's like people going for the stack. So in your lower left-hand corner, guys, you're seeing hit points, vitality, and then energy. We're trying to keep those as kind of the three core stats of the game. Hit points, obviously, when they reach 0, you die. Then vitality in the middle is how well your character has eaten and slept in. And then energy is your ability to perform actions in the world. So, you know, if you're a blacksmith, per se, and you start blacksmithing something, it's going to take energy. And more powerful things that you're trying to smith will take more energy. And as you level up, you will get more energy. So something like a character, like I think we have dwarves for sale that are, I think those dwarves that we have will kind of have that permanent perk that they will require less energy when blacksmithing. So that's pretty powerful because you'll be able to make more stuff. Energy speed recovers based on your vitality.
Will the dwarves be able to have any kind of night vision perk as well?
There is a dwarf that has a night vision perk, which is, I don't know if we released those yet or not.
Yeah, we did.
We did, yeah. They're kind of like if they are not outside and they are in complete darkness, they kind of have a sense of things around them. So they won't see beautiful colors and everything, but if they are in pitch black, like inside a cave, they'll be able to sense walls and people around them. The orc that we have, I think that one hasn't sold out. That one's pretty awesome too, because no matter how dark it is and no matter where you are, if there is a creature that is around you that is hostile, you'll be able to see them. I think I just want their eyes to like glow red in the darkness. That's kind of a really big deal because that'll allow you to explore safely regions and see hostile characters far away, which will be pretty cool.
Darkness is going to be a thing, it seems.
Darkness is going to be a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, again, we're not just focused on building a game, you know, we're trying to simulate a medieval magical fantasy world. So, you know, I just feel like every fantasy book that I've read, and I'm reading Name of the Wind right now, which is awesome, guys. Such a great.
Oh my gosh, that's such an epic book.
Oh, so
yeah,
good.
For sure.
You know, it's like you read those things and there's all these stories that are like so amazing. And I feel like when you play MMOs or RPGs, you don't have any of those stories. Like you don't, you know, like the story of being lost in the woods and you're tired and you're scared, you've lost your direction. And that feeling you have when you see a light in the distance, my God, thank God, maybe it's another traveler with a campfire, maybe it's a lantern near a town. Like, you know, if you've ever been lost in the woods, I got lost in the woods like on a I don't know, Boy Scout trip. I don't know, when I was like 8 years old. I was a little lost, and I was scared to death. And I kept wandering, and then I ended up seeing a light, and it was like the campfire where everyone was staying at. That feeling you have of, holy crap, thank God I've found civilization and I'm safe, you know. That should be a feeling that's inside the world of Mirandus, you know, like that. We're trying to let you live in a medieval fantasy world, so
You know, we should ask the people who are in, who've been in for a little while, to log out so some people, other people can get in.
we'll do a big performance push on the next one, guys, when we try to get 200 people in. You know, we'll just do some basic stuff. We'll maybe like we'll give you some controls to let you shorten view
Seems like
distance.
we're not breaking it though. Like I thought we all agreed we're gonna try to break it today. We should let 500 people in.
We broke it though. I mean, like what I'm seeing here, the frame rate that I am getting having 100 people in here, to me this is constituting breakage. And we're
Oh,
looking at
that's
the
good.
stats. We're looking at the stats on the back end. So, I mean, like if we let 500 people in right now, you get one frame every like 3 seconds. That's what I'm seeing now. Like perf is shit. But the server
What is
side,
your frame rate right now?
I'm running a 2060 card. I'm getting um I'm getting about 5 frames a second.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
What are you guys getting?
You know, I was getting this weird kind of like blur whenever I would move. I didn't
Yeah,
actually
it
see it.
really was a very motion blur. It made me want to turn off motion blur.
Yeah, I freaking hate motion blur. We just looked at this because I swear I'm seeing motion blur when I'm playing, but there is no motion blur enabled on the camera. So I see it too, and I am confused by why we're seeing that. So we'll have to look at that because those full screen passes like motion blur and things like that really slow the game down.
For
Really
sure.
slow the game down.
Some people are saying that they only have a black screen, but I think that's because they came in at night, or maybe.
No, it's
No,
because when they first come in, it'll be noon for them.
Oh, you know, maybe we can get some specs on the people who have black screen.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
yeah.
We should.
I mean, this is so motion blurry. Like, I don't know where that setting lives. It's like it's not. Normally, you attach a motion blur like component, but we haven't done anything like that. We're still just getting motion blur, so we'll have to
Yeah,
peek.
those of you who are trying this right now and you're not able to see anything, you're just seeing the black screen with the zeros in the dials on the bottom left and then the white box on the upper right. If you could share your specs, that would be
Actually,
absolutely wonderful.
you know what? You know what I did encounter, guys, was it took a very long time. If you just let it sit there on that black screen, it might pop open for you if you
Okay.
give this. Because it took me a while, then suddenly it just popped, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I don't know what exactly that is. If the server is full or we've taken the server down, we do have a screen like a
Yeah.
UI that's supposed to show. So I don't.
People have shared that. Um,
Okay,
so there are a few people who have encountered that, so we've definitely hit that
all of
cap.
our engineers are watching and listening, so this is really great. There does seem to be that weird black screen lag before it lets you in.
Oh, yeah, it is Windows only. I'm sorry. Work till I die.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're making a game, guys, it's like the last thing you want to do is try to support a bunch of multiple platforms while you're building it. So we're starting with PC. It's the easiest for us to do, um, and then we'll see where else we can get the game deployed later in development. Mac
I'm
should
not
be.
seeing video cards in these specs that people are sharing. Do you need the video card?
It's helpful. I mean, if you're in and you're playing and your frame rate is total crap, nice to know. mean, my frame rate's just bad.
There's KG Jan is streaming it right now. So that's actually a good place for people to go look and see as well.
So this might be a good time, Michael, to talk about like the next test that you're planning on doing too.
Yeah, so we need to extend. We need to extend the. So we're gonna get a few things going, guys. So one of the things that we have that we're working on is the integrating the API. So at Gala, you know, you can log in and you have a wallet there at Gala with all your game items and stuff. And if you're playing Townstar, you know, you can load up your kind of crypto inventory or game item inventory, and you can see and use the items that you have on chain. So we are implementing the API into Mirandus, which is awesome because what that will allow you to do is you'll be able to see the items in Mirandus probably in a UI, and we can just verify that that API round trip is working, where we can check your wallet and see if you own something. It is likely that the next executable might be, because the API will be integrated, it is likely that the next executable will require you to have an exemplar to play. You know, one of the promises that we've made about the exemplars is they're going to be the first 50,000 people in the game. So once the API is in there, you'll be able to log in, you'll be able to see the items that you've purchased in Mirandus, and if you have an exemplar, you will likely look cooler and be cooler in game. And then some of these executables will be gated on exemplar ownership. And we're pretty close to selling out the tier 4 exemplars. Do you want to show? Do you want to show
should I show what tier 5 might look like?
There is a tier 5 exemplar that is, you know, has some powers that are related to this image. This is a work in progress sketch, guys, but I think it's just pretty. It's coming along well.
I'll drop it in the gold sneak peek for you.
Yeah.
Actually, should I drop it in the gold sneak peek, or should I drop it in like the announcement channel so everyone can see it? I feel like everyone will want to see this.
Yeah, do the announcement channel. That's
do the announcement channel, man. Or should we give it to gold and let them get it out to the planet?
Well, we can do that too. How about I drop it in gold first and then the announcement channel?
Yeah, it's just a sketch, you know, work in progress, but it's kind of neat to see works in progress, I think, sometimes. And there's something about this image that I just think is really pretty and cool, giving me a bit of a sense of the world, you know.
Oh, that one. That's the sketch that you just posted. Oh.
It's a cool sketch.
There's some implications to this sketch.
What? Nah.
Show the other one, too.
Which other one?
The one of the first ones. It was like, you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know the one.
No, I got it. I got it right here. I'll show you guys another sketch. It's kind of cool. It's neat to see this stuff. You know, and I think what's neat is, you know, you get to see.
Do those boats actually work, Michael?
I just don't think, if what we're saying is that Mirandus is this unknown world and players will explore and settle there, and I just don't see how we can avoid having some nautical business. Or again, you know,
are you saying that those boats that we're looking in this this picture are not just props, they're actual like vehicles?
That's going to be the goal. I think it gets really wonky if players can just use their keyboard and pilot them around. But I think what's going to happen is you'll be able to have a boat. I like the idea that you could have a boat. It can hold a certain number of people and cargo, and you can choose destinations.
So
So I think for
this
a galleon size, like a big boat like that, there's another one, Jace, if you want to put one in there.
yeah,
Again, these are just
I'm dropping this one to gold. This is a gold only preview drop here.
I just think we need that, And I mean, how cool is it if you're exploring, or it's just such a common explorer story to be on a canoe down a dark river, And again, this is not like if you die in this world, it's gonna be a big deal. So players that gear up and get on that canoe and head down that creek that everyone says don't go down because something's down there. We don't know what it is, but Jimmy went out there and didn't come back. That's exciting. That's going to make the people that are explorers and that get out there in the world, like, that's going to make it a big deal. That's going to make it a big deal.
I absolutely love the comments that people say, "What chaos hath we wrought?" Yes, you guys can still get in. If you guys have been in there for a while, close it, and that way we can let a few more people come in and try.
We already have our first request for a pirate exemplar. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, there is exemplar group 5 that could hypothetically drop on Monday. Hypothetically.
Well, I thought we weren't dropping until we sold out of the previous tier.
Well, I said could hypothetically drop on Monday. It's still some stuff to go before that.
I am going to try to get in again via the editor. Guys, it's really funny. You want to know the sausage is made. One of our engineers says, "Holy shit, we're getting a lot of players." Yeah, it looks like so. The engineer's saying it looks like new ones are getting kicked. Potentially. I don't know. Let me see. What was the max you saw?
Oh, Alex DeMax says, "Is it normal that it closes when you open it?" So, no, that is not. But that's part of the test. Normal. That's why we do this. This is a test.
I like this comment. Father, I crave seaborne violence. Michael, what happens if you die in the middle of the ocean? Do you drop all your stuff off at the bottom?
I don't know, man. I mean, I got to tell you, like, if there's one thing that just lives in my mind all the time, it's what does death mean in Mirandus? I mean, we obviously cannot burn your token, unless you signed a smart contract, which we've talked about for like an arena. I mean, 2 avatars enter, sign a smart contract to say, if you lose this battle, your token is destroyed and burned. I mean, I would pay a Coliseum owner to watch those one-on-ones.
Or your stuff is now mine.
Yeah, you get everything they have, and maybe their character is destroyed. I mean, something, So, death in the game, it just, what it has to be is heroes have to be heroes inside of Mirandus. If you play other MMOs, everyone's a freaking hero. You look like a hero when you start, you end a hero, everyone's just a big, huge hero. Like, I really think for us to create this Ready Player One medieval world, that a hero should be a huge deal. People should know their names in the realm. So if you are able to get out there and adventure and go into a dungeon and not know what's in there, how do you approach that dungeon? If you can make it through that and level through that and get that gear and or if you're into commerce and you run your city a certain way, or you craft amazing things, whatever made you get to an extremely high level, it needs to be something that the other players are like, damn, homie, that's insane. Because if it's just, oh, you've obviously been playing a long time, that's not really meaningful. So the world needs to have a significant amount of risk in it, especially if you're just pointing that way and saying, I'm going to go walk over there. Another thing that we test too, guys, like when this build loads, is what constitutes a zone in the game? I think we did. I think we did a kilometer square, but it's feeling a little small to me. I think our zones might need to be like 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers, but we'll see.
Okay, so they're saying that some people are waiting for 5 minutes in the black screen before it loads correctly.
But then it pops.
Yeah, then it pops.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll ask about that. You know what it's doing? It's not impossible that it's not going to the server is full screen. It might be that you're waiting on the black screen until a player drops and then you can.
That's possible.
But I'm checking on it.
Well, I can say already that I'm looking forward to figuring out a way to build a mage tower and
Yeah.
you know, one of the few in the land.
Yeah, I think we need those central archives of knowledge or power or training of some kind, you know. I love the story of I had to go to or adventure to or travel to this faraway place where certain knowledge or power could be bestowed upon me, you know. That's a fantasy story, right? A journey somewhere to. So I think if we do Mirandus right, it's going to be a series, you know, it'll feel like you're inside a fantasy novel, you know. Like the Three Silences, Eric, in the beginning of Wind, you know.
We do need some form of homage to this that book. Maybe a tavern, or maybe a little town called Nowhere or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can't control what players name their towns, I don't think.
Well, that's true.
Checking on what it's doing when we're waiting on the black screen.
How's the Discord doing here?
Discord seems to be okay. We got some Facebook scammers. They seem to be popping up. I'm blocking them as quickly as they do. I know that somebody else is too. So thank you, whoever's helping with that. One of our amazing mods.
Somebody saying Barabonk, I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced, says, I feel quite emotional meeting with you all for the first time for real. It's going down on the history books.
Dude, that's awesome.
Well, it's neat that this stuff gets recorded too. One of the things that I've always felt sad about when I finish the development of a game is, God, couldn't we just have taken screenshots along the way and made a little note in time, you know, such that when the game got done, you could kind of compile it all together in a book, a journey. How did we get here? It's kind of neat. I kind of feel like this is the journal. This is
one of the things that I really like about one of the developers that we've been talking to is his black books. They're absolutely amazing. To sit there and flip through and look at, you know, all of these many years of game development history and the sketches and the calculations and all of that.
Oh, check this screenshot out that somebody posted. I noticed this the other day. It's a moonrise screenshot with all the numbers there. You know what it kind of reminds me of is if you ever go hiking in the middle of the night and you shine a flashlight up on the hill and you see the eyes of like deer.
Yes.
That's what that looks like to me. Like something's happening out there. Why are they clustering? That's what night's gonna feel like in Mirandus, guys. Like,
should be.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so funny
Which
how
phone
much
number, contact, or device do you want to call?
Try to game stuff when the natural world is so incredible and exciting.
Which phone number, contact, or device do you want to call?
Alexa, stop. Good God.
Good God.
you're letting Jeff Bezos record your entire life.
Hey, but it tells me what time it is when I don't want to look at a clock, okay?
And you could order some more toilet paper really easily.
Clocks are hard to read, man.
Alexa, what time is it? Does that work? Didn't
Whoa.
work. Oh, you have your headphones on. Darn it.
I never thought about that, man. Like remote Alexa.
It is
You ever
so
notice
cool.
how rude GPS instructions are? You ever notice that they don't actually say like please take the next right. It's always take the next right. If I talk to my wife that way and I'm giving her instructions to drive, I don't it wouldn't end very well. All right. Oh, so people are posting some cool pics.
These
The
are some
sunrise
pretty cool sunrise pictures.
Yeah, the sun really works. I mean, one of the things that's neat is RTX. Like RTX lighting, guys, is so great. And the reason it's great is when you're a game developer, like one of the things that really sucks is the time it takes to do lighting in the scenes. Like you have
Oh shit! I gotta say something really quick, Michael. Sorry.
Yeah.
Turns out I turned on other people's Alexa in my comments. I'm sorry, guys.
Dude. This
You just-
makes me want to just chain Zoom links and get like 30 layers deep and have someone like say something in the microphone that goes to the next Zoom meeting, and makes it all the way to like a global Alexa call out.
Can you please stop saying that word? Everyone is like, going, stop it.
What happens if you say Alexa, shut up? Does that actually work?
We'll find out.
Ooh, look at this screenshot. Oh, Wiley just posted that. That's really good. Oh, that's right. If we say certain Alexa phrases, it goes and buys things, isn't it?
Oh, the power.
Oh, it does. It works. That's cool. Okay.
This is awesome. I'm loving seeing these photos. And hey, guys, let's do this. On social media, I would like you guys to share your screenshots and use hashtag Miranda stress test, and we'll do a vote on those. Go pull a few of them and we'll do a vote and give out some exemplars early next week to the ones who post the coolest screenshots.
I'm cracking a coldie.
What? I'm gonna jump back in there and I want a free exemplar.
Me too.
What kind of exemplar are you giving away?
Well, I'm thinking
You have to buy it. Like we don't have Gala freebies. There's no.
No one told me about this plan, Jason.
Yeah.
I'll
You're
fine,
gonna have to go to the store and buy it, dude. I don't have an exemplar.
I've got some exemplars.
Did you get an elf? Are you gonna give an elf away?
Oh my God, I don't do an elf. No.
No one's giving an elf away.
No one's giving an elf away. Let's see here.
Oh, look at that! Somebody's like walking through the sunrise. That's badass.
Yeah, we need to give out awards for the coolest shots for sure.
That has a very what's the guy who did Seven Samurai?
Kira
Oh,
Kurosawa.
yeah,
That's Kurosawa kind of vibe to it, isn't it?
that's what I was thinking.
Kurosawa's
Absolutely, you can share on Twitter, right, Wiley? Go for it.
I have to admit, I'm voting. Already, I'm like loving this the sunrise one with the Kurosawa vibe, and then I like the eerie moon shot with all the people.
I
in the
like
distance.
When you guys share these
like the
screenshots,
through the world shot.
when you guys share these screenshots, please make sure that you tag at Go Gala Games, please. Otherwise, we may not see them.
Oh, you're gonna repost it too?
Oh yeah,
Or
for sure.
Retweet it, yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
Fred Borden.
free. There's a lot of lag. Yeah. So that's definitely something that other people
So
are experiencing.
somebody asked a really good question.
Yeah.
How's the play to earn gonna work? And I don't know about you, Michael, but I always had this thought, this imagining really that there would be we would actually distribute treasure throughout Miranda's for players to find.
I've loved the idea that there's this is a very interesting one. This has been, you know, thoughts of mine recently. Normally in an MMO or something, it's like you go to the website and oh, here's the continent, and over here where this lives and that, kind of like shows you everything that's in the world prior to you even playing the game. It almost ruins
Right.
the mystery of it. I'm wondering if there's a way that we can just keep the world of Mirandus a mystery for players to solve. That, you would never see a screen, like we would never post a screenshot of a cool new area. It'd be a player that would have to go there and discover that area, and then he could post a screenshot. Like, how do we keep the world? How do we want to promote and market the game, but I kind of like the idea that no one knows what's out there, and the
Right.
players get to run around and discover it, which would be pretty rad. I love the idea that sprinkled throughout the world, there are 3 great swords. No one knows where they are or where that sword might be. It's like the ring at the bottom of the creek, right? Lord of the Rings.
We could do fun things like throw a couple $1,000s worth of Gala at the bottom of a layer too.
Oh, for sure.
Alpha Perry's like, you guys want to do a conga line? Like we went for stacking when we did our. How many people did we get? Like 20 to stack. We were trying to stack up as tall as we possibly could. But that lag sucks. I think next time. I think what we might do next time is maybe we'll include a hotkey that turns everyone into a gray box, because that would still allow us to pound on the back end, but remove the client side FPS troubles. It's like you could tap a button and go into super mega low res mode.
Well, in the next one, I want to definitely see what an orc exemplar looks like.
We
Too.
could probably, we might be able to put some of like those meshes in the world. What you don't want to, what you do want to do is you want to get one avatar in the game working well. Like the one you saw today, it has that really crappy idol, looks like he's doing a funky dance. It's like you really want to lock your animation set and have one avatar looking really good in game, because that's your blueprint to get all the other ones in. But what we could do is we definitely could probably get those meshes of an orc or an elf sprinkled maybe around the world and just standing there, maybe idling. But if we try to implement all players being able to use those avatar mesh types and body types, that would slow down us actually getting avatars in the game, which I don't know if we want or not.
Or you can stick a dwarf out on in the blacksmith, banging away on something.
The next big step technically for us guys, is you'll notice the world is barren, right? So the world is barren, and then there's avatars that can jump in. Those avatars are you. The next big step is to have NPCs in the world. And not NPCs like, oh, there's a shopkeeper or something. Anything that is alive with logic running on it, like a wolf or a tree growing and dying, that is not held on your client. That needs to be held on the server, and then its state communicated out to all of your clients. And that's kind of the next big step for us, and that's what we're entering into here in July. So we'll get the API integration, You're definitely going to want an exemplar for the next executable, and we're going to try to get things living in the environment and have that be synced so that we're all seeing a tree live and die at the same time.
Mm.
And once you have a tree, you have everything. I mean, a wolf and a tree are no different. They just have different goals, and one of them can move and one of them can't. And it's a living thing in the environment. And so, some of the core tenets of the experience are that this needs to be an unpredictable world. That's why we're making it a living simulation. So standing up that living simulation, having that be running on the server and having that communicate out to the clients that we're all seeing the same thing is probably the next big cool push.
You know what's really cool about the tree thing that you just talked about? I think it ties into the question of how you're going to play to earn in a game like this.
Yeah.
Because, if you're that guy who's chopping down trees around Mirandus and turning that into something with the Gala chain, the way we're designing it, those pieces of lumber are going to be on chain.
I think the intention is that the entire game, to the best of our ability, is on chain. There'll be this economy inside the game, and there'll be this economy that's happening out there in the secondary market that we just can't control because it's not ours. We're a decentralized network. So it'll be fascinating to see what people do with it. But I think practices that are discouraged in other games are practices that we would encourage here. I want people in the game being industrious and getting entire guilds together to try to build something which has an extremely high value. I think that's fun and exciting.
Yeah, I think so too.
Have you had any thoughts, Michael, on what you're going to call the Mirandus coin?
This is a really big one. I am...
Be very careful how we answer this question. I don't want us painting ourselves in boxes.
Let me say before I say anything that everything I say from here on out is subject to full change in every possible way. I think we know that we can have a separate currency for every game on the platform, but I just can't get the idea out of my head that Gala is the currency that can be used on the Gala chain like a quarter in an arcade or a token. You can take it with you to any game and be spending that freely. So I kind of like the idea that Gala could be expressed like 1 Gala would equal 1 gold, and 0.5 of a Gala could be a silver, but there would be some direct relationship of the currency inside of the game to the Gala coin. Because
you're thinking like instead of a specific, I mean, these are all going to be on chain, so it almost sounds like you're describing multiple currencies.
Well, it could be.
You have the silver, Mirandus gold, Mirandus platinum.
It would just be a way to express how much Gala you're about to spend in game for a transaction, because float numbers are really difficult for people, like a 0.007 of a Gala. We could call those the copper.
Right, but we need to be very careful with how we set this up. Because
Jason's getting very frightened because
McCarthy's talking about things that
anyway, all of this can change, guys. I can't get the thought out of my head that there's something really elegant and simple about me having Gala and going into a game and using my Gala.
Except here's the thing that we all...
This is what we all...
Well, here's the deal. The node owners are going to want a piece of that.
They will.
It'll be really fun for them to start getting Mirandus coins.
Yeah, they'll get Mirandus coins, or they would get Gala, or they would get whatever. I mean, any transaction that we do on chain inside of Mirandus is going to be processed by the node owners, and the node owners are going to need to get a piece of that transaction for processing the on-chain work. So that's just what we're building, guys. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And
when we start dropping our first game coins to the node network, I think it's going to be an incredibly exciting moment.
Yes. Oh, I agree.
I think the game has to have what we have to have in Mirandus. I think is kind of the concept of a platinum, gold, silver, bronze, copper. I just think that's so wonderful in fantasy world. Real like two copper jots. I mean, reading Name of the Wind, like it's like two coppers for for something. I think that's just a wonderful language to use. And I like in other games when they have that distinction, or I remember playing World of Warcraft and getting my first gold. Like I got my
Well,
first
I can see it already on Uniswap. M Gold, Gala pair.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, guys,
I think we have to have those currency distinctions inside of Mirandus because you need that as a player. Like, oh, this is going to cost 3 silver. Ah,
right.
gosh.
Well, you're not
Oh,
playing D&D if you don't
you
have
know.
gold and silver and platinum.
Um, it's just easy for the mind to know, and it sets kind of milestones for the cost of something, which I think are really cool.
Jason's all uncomfortable. He's like, end the stream now before we commit to even
Stop it!
another.
Stop it!
Well,
Stop talking.
There's what we're building, guys, is a bit of a revolution, and we are in the Wild West. Like we're building.
Yes, very much so.
And and there's no perfect rule book or blueprint to follow. So we love having these conversations, and even though it makes Jason uncomfortable, it's like this is the conversation that you guys are having in the community. It's the same ones we're having in house, and we're going to do it the absolute bestest way we possibly can, and you guys will be included in that conversation.
Yeah.
So
It's a little bit easier for Mirandus to have a simplified game currency model because we own Mirandus. It's our game. We can do whatever we want. It gets a little bit more complicated when we start thinking about third-party games. They're gonna want their own token, and I saw someone say it's a little convoluted. It can be a little. I mean, but I think ultimately it's going to be the situation that we just have to kind of come to terms with. But I think everyone's going to really love it in the end.
Yeah.
And somebody asked, when are we going to do this? Well, we can't say exactly date, but I can tell you one thing. I was talking to Jason the other day about starting up the minting of game tokens. So that is a thing that people are talking about.
Yes, it is definitely something that we are talking about.
we have awesome technology and announcements that are perilously close to being released.
Oh my God, there's some announcement, guys.
And it is so true, guys. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm just like biting my freaking lip all the time.
Jason's like, don't say anything.
Stop it. Where is our legal exemplar?
Oh gosh.
Wait, can't we just do a little leak and like a hint?
Janie, I mean, my God, if Janie was on this call, she's gonna probably jump on the call and be like, everyone shut up.
Don't say anything. Embargoes, everybody. Respect the embargo.
Yeah, please respect the embargoes.
You're lucky I'm only on this call.
Does anyone have any somebody asked a really confusing question. Who's the third person in the AMA? And okay, I get it. All right.
Screenshots, guys. Oh my gosh.
I forgot how much I enjoy doing these AMAs.
I know, they're the best, man.
They're fantastic.
And and our community is so awesome. And I mean, there's all these developers and people that are coming to Gala, guys. And I mean, I really mean this from my heart that I think we have the best community.
We do.
Ever. It's like it just means a lot to me, and I'm always torn because if I get on Discord, I'm gone for hours, baby. I just want to talk about stuff, and I'm super heads down trying to deliver Miranda stuff, and I
got you, Michael, on Discord. I just was the other day and I stirred the pot real good.
You did. You are quite the pot stirrer.
Actually, I think I did two nice pot stirs.
Two,
Mr. Brink.
Keeping Jason's job fun for him.
It's kind of funny. There's some days where and you guys know I start working at like 4 a.m. So sometimes I quit working at like 10 p.m. because That's rational. And then sometimes there are people who continue to stir pots after I go to sleep. And there are days where I wake up in the morning and I look at my phone and I'm like, Captain Picard just after a photon torpedo hit. Damage report! So I have to see what exactly I have to deal with the second I drop into.
That's actually great to know, Jason. So like if I stir the pot after 10, that gives you maximum pleasure in the morning.
Maximum pleasure in the morning as I'm making my coffee.
You don't want to wake up with nothing to do, right?
What would feel purposeful, don't you?
Huge problem in my life, McCarthy, waking up with nothing to do. It's only gonna get easier from here, I'm sure.
Oh, baby Brink. T minus what? 3 days?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Some mild contraction started today, so I don't know if it's gonna wait until Tuesday.
They're supposed to not care about me when they hit like 12. I think it's already taken them, man. They don't care about their daddy as much anymore. They're 8.
How long are we gonna leave the server running so that people?
Yeah, we should. Can we leave this running for the afternoon?
Let me check with my peeps. Looks like the server went down and we had to restart it.
Oh, the server went down. We crashed it.
No, it was really funny. One of our engineers said, I think I accidentally pressed Control D and shut it down on accident.
Oh. Oops.
Now that's how the sausage is made, guys.
That is an oopsie.
We should do an AMA for
Here's one thing, guys. It does
that
look like
spider tank game that we've been talking about.
It looks like that.
Nobody knows about that, Eric. That was not a thing that anyone outside of the Gold.
Oh no, I leaked it already. You just missed that.
You leaked it into the general?
No, I leaked it to Gold.
I leaked it to Gold. I played. Yes, but the point is this is a stream going out to the entire internet, and they didn't know about the spider tank thing.
Yes.
No,
that's sweet.
There's no spider tanks here.
Fuck my life. I swear to God.
It does look like players are trying to run multiple instances of the application, and we probably should have put some code in there to prevent that. So that might be something that's bogging things down in a funky way.
I think they're probably not trying to. They're probably just trying to get it to. Yeah.
It does look like that if you're getting the black screen, it's because it's not connecting to the server. But I don't think we have a message for you. You're not connecting to the server. I think we only have a message if it's received that 100 players are in, therefore server full. So there's like this flirting mechanism of 99 to 100 that's not quite throwing you the server's full UI. So if you're getting the black screen, guys, looks like if you camp on that black screen, when the server allows you in, and it will keep trying, then the game will pop open for you. So super fun though. This is just such valuable, wonderful information, guys. So again, thank you. I know like 100 players in at one time is not as exciting as 200, but
we'll get there. We'll get there.
This is how the sausage is made, guys. It's like we got to try 100 first, and the promise that I think we've made to you, and I think our goal really is that there are certainly 500 people in one area. That's what we really want. And a lot of that is born of the citadels and larger cities. It's just like, if there's a cool event happening in a zone, we got to have at least 500 people be able to be there in that zone. And as we scale and we get super mega ultra more rock star engineers, they'll probably be able to help us with that number. But we really are trying to make it that within view at one time you are seeing hundreds of people, because that's really cool to see. Okay. Players are connecting. We're getting players are connecting at 8 a second.
Wow.
8 players a second?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
I mean, we could try to spin up next time maybe like 10 servers.
Yeah, we should do that. We should definitely do that.
I'd let 1,000 people in, And if we get to the 200 mark, and you know, with 2,000 people in, we'll see. I mean, again, guys, like I'm always torn between getting you guys cool stuff and engaging with you heavily versus like going heads down with the team and trying to get as much progress forward as we can. So as the team scales, we'll be able to do a little bit more of both. But right now there's just a lot of foundational work, and I need to be really involved with the other leads of the team to kind of get it there and stood up.
Nice. Well, guys, let's go ahead and wrap the stream up here, and we'll.
But I was just gonna leak one more thing.
You're gonna leak another thing?
Pot stirring we could do before
I can't leak anything else.
You know that contract we just signed? I'm just gonna talk about that briefly. Just kidding. Just kidding. Not gonna leak that one.
That. Oh my God, guys! If you had any idea. We can leave the server up for a little bit, guys. Maybe we'll leave it up till like 2. Is that cool? So that's another 53 minutes. Hugin and Moonin in the background doing their thing.
Hey, someone was. This is a lot to dump on people. Like, and someone made the comment like, "Hey, when are we actually going to get to do the AMA?" Because I think between the build and us just shooting the shit, no one really got too many questions in. So maybe we should think about trying to do something again in like a week or so.
Oh, for sure.
So everyone can have a chance to fire some questions away. Oh, nice shot. Almighty Echo as evening falls on the smithy.
Love it. Love it.
Ooh, that is an epic shot.
It's nice. What's neat about all of this, guys, is RTX. It's like there is one light in that scene, and everything is being lit, and photons are being bounced because there's a light. And I mean, man, making games, it's like you're baking textures, you're determining what lights are dynamic versus what light got baked, and then your dynamic lights are taking the shadows away from your baked textures, and then it's like you need all these lighting volumes to say this is what the light's going to be like when you walk into here. It is an unbelievable coup that we might be able to just have a unified lighting solution inside of the game, that a light just is a light, just like it exists in the world. Oh, new favorite. Groove, drop that new favorite.
Oh, the sunrise?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that.
Beautiful.
All right. Anyway.
Unified light theory. Okay, guys. So, thank you very much for joining us for what turned out to not quite be an AMA, but more talking about the making of sausage and awesome games and how, the world of MIRANDUS is going to evolve. So, we thank you for joining, and we look forward to continuing discussing with you in the Discord. And so, any final things that you guys would like to say? Do you have any last words, Michael?
I think this wasn't really an AMA; it was an MOS.
MOS.
Making of sausage.
Making of sausage. There we go.
And I'll just say that it's important that I share this super secret leak, and actually the name of the company is
Oh, nice job, Mr.
There we go. Boom. You see that? Banhammer.
Man, that's
Banhammer.
That is. I'll give you guys next time too probably a hotkey to hide the UI. That way you can take cooler screenshots. And I do think it's important that we share one super secret. Like, can we share any more secrets, man? Can we stir the pot any more?
Can we stir? Do I need to ban you too?
I mean, it's gonna be so big, dude.
Do I need to? Do I need to kick you? I'll kick you. I'll do it.
Pretty good.
I'll kick them all. I'll kick them all. Just watch me.
just so exciting. There's so much cool stuff.
I know it is, but we have to. Okay, the contracts specifically say we can't do these things, so that's why we don't. Because we and you don't want like the amount of shit that I have to deal with the PR people when things don't go through the correct.
It's cool stuff is coming, guys, and we're really excited. And it's like I just want to be able to blab to you everything cool that's happening, but let's do it the right way.
Okay, peace out,
All
guys.
right, bye
Catch
everybody.
you all soon.